Hello. My name is Noah, and this is going to be my How to D&D series. I'm going to be running a How to D&D campaign, but before I start uploading the videos of that, if get consent from everyone to record, what we're going to be doing prior is we're going to be talking about stuff. Don't mind the static over here on my shoulder; it's just lighting, because I'm not doing this at night like I usually do stuff. Actually, this may even actually make this look better. Not really, now my arm's shiny. Well, anyhow. Let's start talking. So first things first, Roll20, which is the software I use. It is a website. You can go to app.roll20.net, or you can just type in Roll20 in your Google or Bing or whatever you use. You'll find this. It's a wonderful website. They're free to use. They have some paid features. I have the $5 a month subscription. It's $5 a month, and I think it's very much worth it because that gives you access to the compendium. But this will be assuming you do not have the full version or the $5 a month or whatever. I think there's even a higher version than that. This is assuming you do not have that. This is assuming you have basic, no subscription based Roll20. So, one of the first things you need to understand is your buttons, which are above me right over here. So those buttons, these are mostly the DM things. We will not be going over the DM specific ones. We'll be going over the player ones. I will do another video where I go over the DM buttons, meaning we're not going to touch these three, and we're not going to touch, actually only these three. So just to let you know, this is initiative tracker, this is fog of war, this is dynamic lighting. We are not going to touch these because we're not dealing with those. We're going to touch the rest of this. So the first one, very simple. It is your cursor or pan view, which will allow you to move. If you want to zoom in and out, you can scroll wheel, or there's a slider here that you can use as a slider, or it's already in pan view. I keep it in select. You can regular click to use this, or you can right click and have the pan view activate, where you can move around. You can zoom in as far as 240%. This gets you into the pixels themselves. I usually keep mine between 40 and 70% zoomed. I don't usually go too much further than that. Next one. Well, this is another one you will not see as a player. This one you don't ever have to worry about. This is for the Dungeon Master, or in this case, Game Master only. So don't worry about that one. Next one is your drawing. You will not have the clear drawing button. This is only for DMs. But let's say I draw that. I don't know why that's all going gray. Maybe I just I don't know. But here I can just go clear drawings. Everything clears. It's very simple. Another way you can do that, this is just the freehand option. You can draw a whole bunch of stuff. Let's say I just want to do this. I can then do that and delete, and you can also click on the lines themselves, as you can see. And I'm just deleting those with the delete key. I don't know if backspace works. Let's find out. And then if I click and backspace, that also works. I just use the delete key. It's the one I know better. You can use backspace as well. Next thing you have is your draw shape. So you can do this as a rectangle. You can hold Alt for a circle. I think Control, no, Control's regular. And you can also hold Shift to keep it to the grid. So like I can grid out those right there. And once again, we can do that, or you can just go clear drawings. Next thing in the drawing one, I know I'm going kind of fast. We have the circle, which you just saw. Again, Shift to snap. Last one you have is the polygon/line, which makes you allows you to customize your shape. And if you want to end it, you right click. So now it's ended. So click to click to click to click to click, and if you come back to about the same point, it will end the drawing as well. So yeah, that's how you're going to do your triangles if you need them. Last one is text, pretty basic. You click it down, and then I go, Harold is a good boy. And let's say I want a higher font, so let's do 22, or higher font size, and then I want a different font. Let's do crimson text, and I want to change this up to magenta, and I hit end. And I click out of that, and it does that. Again, you can just delete that. Last couple things you're going to need to know as a player for the basic stuff. Ugh, is not how to sneeze. I'm probably going to have to cut that out. Now I'll leave it in. But is this tool. This is your line tool. So there's a known thing that each one of these squares is 5 by 5. So let me just go ahead and do this. So that's 5, and that is also 5 feet. I don't know why they're doing that. They don't usually. Oh, it was clicked into the transparent. That's why. Okay. There is a bug with this. I don't know if it's a bug. If you click that, it will make it transparent. I don't know why. I don't like it. And you can also make that. What the hell is this? Okay, I don't know what that is, and I'm not messing with it anymore because now I no longer understand. We don't mess with that. Okay. That is 5, just as that is 5. So these are 5 by 5 squares. So with that, we have the ruler tool. So let's say I want to measure from right here. Stop auto-selecting that. Okay, I don't know why it's auto-selecting that. Let's say I want to go from there to there, and I want to know how far that is. I can click on this tool, have it snap to center, and it'll pretty easily show you that's 35 feet. You can also have it snap to the corner. So corner to corner, that's 40 feet. We usually use snap to center, where I'm for my purposes, because that's the token to the other token. You can also set no snapping. So let's say I want to do exactly at that point to midpoint of this. So it won't snap, and you'll get the pointage of the feet even. So yeah. Last one will be the dice rolling. And the dice rolling one, this is a little more, this is where we're going to get into some stuff. So the dice roll is pretty simple. You never really need to worry about these four. At least in my games, you will never use these. I don't even use this as a DM. You'll never have to worry about these. What you will need to worry about is GM. So if I click this and I roll a d20, that only goes to me. So if you want to hide a roll, that will only go to me. If I click that off and I roll a d20, and I'm just clicking on the d20 there, roll that. So this is just a basic roll. You can roll a d4, a d6, d8, d10, d12, d20, and d100. If you want to roll 2 to 5 of any of these dice, you can go the d4, let's say a 5d4 spell. You can click like that. Or a 3d6, 4d10, 2d20 for advantage if you are trying to use a physical sheet. Never use the fudge. Fudge does some weird stuff, and I don't understand the fudge myself. But there's also the advanced dice roller, and for some players, this is the easiest thing to look at. It shows your last 10 rolls. So let's say I did 4d6, which would be stat rolling. It shows that right there, and then I can just spam re-roll that. It's really simple, and it makes life very easy. Another thing you have, don't worry about these right here. Any of these settings, don't mess with. If you do, it will screw up your rolls. Like if your target number is less than 5, I'm pretty sure then it will, see, it's giving you successes and not. It's weird. There's a lot of screwiness to it. I don't understand it myself, so I just don't use it, and I tell my players don't use it. The only thing that you really need to worry about is this also gives you your basic rolls of d4 to d20. Does not give you d100. You would have to roll that yourself. But this is the part that the advanced roller really comes in clutch and makes some rolls easier. Like I may ask my players, hey, I got to do a couple things here. Can you go ahead and roll me? Here you can use d100. I'm going to need 3 d100 checks. So you can tick that up to 3 d100s, and I say, oh, and you're a cleric, so add 10 to that. So each one of these get 10, so there's a plus 10 guaranteed. Then I roll that, and it gives me all three numbers plus the 10. And I can set it to 1, and I can just roll that 3 times, and that gives me those 3 options. Man, those are low rolls on the D100. I got a 4. Jeez. But yeah, so that's how these work. But then if you don't want to use that, you can also do commands, which I'll be covering in the next basics video. This was the first one, just trying to get you accustomed to these things. I'm sorry I went kind of fast. I'm trying to make these short and simple, and we're already past 10 minutes. So, thank you for watching this episode. And next episode, we'll be going over the basic commands that, as a player, in at least my games, you could use, but I rarely do. So, we'll see you then.